guys, because we'll have a longer one tomorrow.
All right. How's everybody doing? Y'all have a good summer?
Pretty good.
Do you care if I had, does anybody gonna ask me if I had one?
Did you have a good summer, Coach?
Yeah. Thanks for asking. So, well, it's good to get started. You know, I thought we had a really good summer with our players. You know, fall camp testing that we did after the summer conditioning program was, you know, one of the better results that we've had. I think we only had, you know, maybe 12 or 13 guys that didn't pass the test, which is, you know, tied for the lowest out of 110 guys. That's a pretty good count. So I think the big question we have to ask ourselves is, you know, what are we going to be in 30 days from now? What are we going to become? And the goal of camp, obviously, is to get every player to play and compete at the highest level with the most consistency, and to be able to do that over an entire season. So what we do in camp, you know, means a lot. And I think that, you know, our players have always talked about what we do around here, thinking that they do more than other people. I think more and more people are trying to do what we do. More and more people have people from our organization and their organization. So I think it's not what we do. I think it's how we do what we do, and we got to do it better. And, you know, I think it's very, very important for us to develop the kind of discipline and toughness, you know, and that those two intangibles are going to be very important to how we develop as a team. And, you know, toughness is not about physical toughness. It's about mental toughness. And to me, you know, it's what's your breaking point. You know, when do you lose your focus, whether you get tired, you get hurt, you get hit, things aren't going well for you, you get beat on a play. When can you not bounce back and play the next play with the effort and enthusiasm and mental intensity that you need to be able to be successful? And that all is about your breaking point. And I thought today's practice was really, really good. But every individual just about out there hit their breaking point at some point in time, probably in the last 30 minutes of practice. And it was a great opportunity for us to demonstrate, you know, we weren't nearly as good, you know, when we had individuals that did that. And that's what we have to work so that we can sustain. And the discipline that will be able to come with that will help us be able to make less mental errors. And more people can focus on doing what they're supposed to do, when they're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done, play better technique, and all those things. So, you know, we're trying to prepare our team to, you know, have a unique standard of excellence in how they compete and how they go about what they do. So, you know, you either endure it or you strive to succeed at it. If you endure it, you're always going to be looking for an easy way. You're always going to be looking for a shortcut. You're not going to get where you need to be. If you try to thrive, then you're always going to be thinking of what's next. How do I improve? What do I have to do? Need to do better. So leadership on the team probably has something to do with that, and I think that's something that's a work in progress with this group as well. So, but I was very pleased with the first day of practice. I thought we had good carryover from the summer. We got a lot of young players that we need to develop and improve, and today was a good opportunity for them to get started doing that.
Coach, we'll start over here on the left with Chris Walsh.
Guys who are coming off injuries or miss a spring, is anyone limited, and is everyone full go?
The only guy, I guess we had 2 guys in black jerseys. Ayabi was in a black jersey because he hurt his jaw. But he'll be full go probably by the time we put on pads. He did everything. He just had a black jersey on. And Nigel not had a black jersey on. So Terrell Lewis was the only guy that was really out of practice today.
We'll come back over here on the right with Ben.
Where do you feel like the secondary is starting out at this fall after losing 5-6 guys there from last year?
Well, that's how we're starting out. Just how we finished the spring. And until somebody beats them out. And I'm very encouraged by, you know, the young players. I like all 3 young corners that we have. You know, Patrick, Josh Jobe, Jalen Armour Davis, those guys, you know, all are really what we're looking for at that position. You know, Eddie Smith's a young safety, takes a little longer to develop at safety. So how those guys develop will go a long way in determining what kind of depth we can develop in the back end.
Okay, we'll stay in the middle with Michael.
Sticking
sticking with defense, about the middle linebackers is where you hope to see the depth go with the middle linebackers again?
Well, you know, I mean, we have to develop the players that we have. We can't, at this point, you know, we tried everything we could to try to find somebody to add some depth at that position. I think Mac and Dylan will do extremely well. You know, we need Markel Benton to mature and develop and not be one of those guys that's always looking for an easy way. Josh McMillan has got some experience and toughness. Chris Allen has been working some in there, and so is Christian Miller. Jalen Moody is a young player who's, you know, got to develop some confidence in knowing what to do, and we'll see how that goes. But that's kind of where it's at.
Back over on the left with Charlie.
What do you want to see out of the offensive line in camp to get the Broncos guys in the field?
Well, I think we coach everybody, and I think we were encouraged by, you know, the guys that we had there in the spring. I obviously think, you know, Womack coming back, who started at right tackle the whole season last year, will add competition at the tackle position. So, you know, whether we play Jedrick at guard or tackle, I mean, there's just after one day of practice, I think, you know, it's like yet to be determined. We want to develop as many guys that can play winning football, and hopefully a few of those guys can play, have some diversity as players and play multiple positions. So, you know, if we do have an injury, we can still get the best 5 guys on the field by moving the guys around.
Up front here with Tony.
How big has Mac Wilson's, or how much has his leadership grown this season, and how much will that help? We mentioned some of the younger linebackers.
You know, I think that remains to be seen. I think there's quite a bit of responsibility that goes with being a leader. I think you have to have a lot of maturity, you got to have a lot of mental toughness, you got to have a lot of discipline, you got to set a good example, you got to care about other people. And I think Mac has the potential to do all those things, and I think he's made progress in doing it.
Okay, Coach, we'll do the last one here with Kirk. If I missed you, I'll get you in the morning.
Coach, on the new kickoff rule, I wonder 2 things, I guess. It's put in for safety. Do you think it'll be a safety factor? And 2, have you determined how you're going to do it? Are you going to do business as usual, or wait and see, or depending
Well,
on?
I've commented about this rule before. I think because you can fair catch and get the ball on the 25-yard line, I guess that could eliminate returns. I think that if they would have thought all the way through the rule, they take some strategy out of the game by doing that. So if you sky kick and a guy fair catches it, they get it on 25-yard line. So it takes some elements of strategically out of the game. You know, my suggestion was, why don't you just move the ball back up to the 40-yard line where you used to kick off. So now you can do every onside kick, every sky kick, every squib kick, everything you've ever done. And, you know, 60% of the kicks are kicked out of the end zone from the 35-yard line. That would probably go up to about 80%, so you would have even less returns. And then, you know, this gives the return team an opportunity to bail themselves out. Like if you cross-field kick, you know, that's a great strategic thing to do. Well, they don't even have a return. They don't even have to coach a return now. They just fair catch and get it on the 25-yard line. I don't think those kind of rules that take the strategy out of the game, even though I do agree that this will eliminate some returns, I just think we could have eliminated some returns a different way with not affecting any of the strategy that goes into playing the game.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
See you guys again 9:45 in the morning.